Yeah, the first circular portraits in Russia.
อันนี้เป็นภาพพอร์เทรตรุ่นแรกๆเลย
It was the time of Peter the Great. And you know that Peter the Great, yeah, he was a great reformer. Yeah, he wanted to reform the whole country, even the religious life. Right? And he was very fond of different European traditions. Yeah, that's why he actually sent the first Russian artists, yeah, to study in Europe. Yeah, mainly in France and in Italy.
and then they came back
and then they were coming back and they began working for Peter.
อันนี้เป็นจิตรกรที่สมัยพระเจ้าปีเตอร์มหาราชแกส่งคนไปเรียนที่ยุโรปและหลังจากนั้นก็กลับมาเขียนภาพพอร์เทรตเป็นฝีมือของจิตรกรรัสเซียถือว่าเป็นจุดเริ่มต้นอันนั้นประมาณคศประมาณ 1,700 กว่า 1,700 กว่า
And here, as you see, we have the paintings created in the period of transition, yeah, from religious painting, yeah, from the icons, yeah, to the secular portraits. คือ
เปลี่ยนจากเขียนภาพไอคอนมาเป็นเขียนภาพพอร์เทรตเป็นช่วงของการเปลี่ยนแปลงคนนี้ he is a husband of the Catherine อันนี้คือซาร์ปีเตอร์ที่3ซึ่งเป็นสามีของพระนางแคทเธอรีนถูกทำรัฐประหารโรโคตอฟอันนี้จิตรกรชื่อโรโคตอฟ
And we call this collection of portraits, yes, the first edition of the Vogue magazine. Yeah, and nothing has changed. Yeah, so the Vogue magazine is the fashion magazine, right? And nothing has changed. Yeah, now even when we take a selfie, yeah, we want to look young, nice, beautiful, right? At that time it was the same. And it was also quite an expensive investment, yeah, to commission an artist to paint a portrait of someone, right? Especially such a fashionable artist as Fyodor Rokotkov.
Okay.
And certainly all these ladies and gentlemen in all the portraits, yeah, they wanted to look prosperous, yeah, to look beautiful. And at that time, the artists paid more attention, not to the psychology, yeah, not to the inner world of the person, but the artists they were more concerned of depicting the details of the dress, the jewels, and the things like that.
What is it? This one?
From different families, not from the royal family. And very often it happened that you can read it in the plot. Yeah? This is a portrait of an unknown lady painted by an unknown artist.
Oh, unknown lady, unknown artist.
Well, here the name of the artist is known, but the name of the lady is not.
Lokotov? Lokotov.
And it happened just because lots of such portraits were in the private collections. And usually those were the portraits of the members of the family. But after the revolution, yeah, when all those collections were nationalized, a great amount of paintings came to the storage room of the Russian Museum, and very often it happened that they could not trace the history of this or that portrait. Yeah, that's why very often they just write. This was an unknown man or an unknown woman.
In which emperor?
Elizabeth. So it was the mid-1700s.
ประมาณปีคศศตวรรษที่18 1700 ประมาณศตวรรษที่18อลิซาเบธเป็นคนเริ่มที่เป็นจิตรกรที่เป็นมืออาชีพมาวาดเขียนโอเค
And here we have a famous painting, yeah, which is Vladimir and Robneda. These are the names. The subject was borrowed from the ancient Russian history. And Prince Vladimir, and he was the person who Christianized Russia. But it was though when he was young, once upon a time he fell in love with a girl from another principality, and he proposed to her. But she didn't like him, so she refused to get married. And then Prince Vladimir decided to have his revenge. So he came back to her house, to the principality, together with his army. He burned down the town where she lived, and he killed all her relatives, and then he proposed to her for the second time. She had to agree. But if you look her, yeah, you'll see that she's not very happy with such a proposal. But this was the case that she could not say no.
So
This is basically the
it's
subject.
Prince Vladimir.
Yeah, and you see her maid is crying. Behind him, yeah, there are the warriors,
No.
yeah, who came together with him, and the young girl, yeah, her maid, another one is also crying.
Yeah.
Right? So it was.
ขู่ว่าต้องแต่งงานด้วยโหดมาก